Hey, so welcome back to part 2 of looking at the sneak peek that was released by the Wheel of Time, Amazon, whatever, at New York Comic Con. In the last video, Bree, best-selling sci-fi fantasy romance author Bree, and costume expert Pez, and we looked at the costumes worn by the Shan-Chan. In this video, we're looking at the costumes worn by Nynaeve, Egwene, and Elayne, the one costume we saw of hers. As far as spoilers in this video, I'm pretty sure they go all the way to the end of the series. Oh gosh, I can't remember. I've been editing like crazy all day. I'm just gonna say all the way to the end of the book series, and obviously season 1. If you've read the series and you've watched the show, you're good to go. And so I guess let's get into overanalyzing these costumes.
Let's be nerdy, babe. Let's be nerdy, let's be nerdy. Let's be nerdy, babe. Let's be nerdy, babe. Let's be nerdy, let's be nerdy, babe.
Egwene and Nynaeve.
I love this so much.
It's so pretty. It's so pretty.
So I feel like this is the accepted test, right?
Absolutely.
Because her hair is not braided. You gotta be proud of me, Pez. I want you to praise me for what I'm about to do. Okay? Look, this is a child's outfit. It's
yes!
not like...
Yes!
Yes! So proud!
Yes! I'm so happy.
It's not like emphasizing anything womanly. There's no belts. I think this is supposed to be her when she's younger. Unbraided hair. Yeah. Am I right?
And it looks so much like the outfits that we saw on the children running alongside Pad and Fane's wagon for Beltane.
And the plaid. The plaid. Our
plaid.
2 Rivers plaid.
Our 2 Rivers plaid. This is
So I feel like this is when she was like thinking of herself as a child, and then all of a sudden found that she was an adult and she's seeing the sign that she has to do off in the distance or whatever.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm stretching a lot here.
Yeah.
I do think, like, my big theory, which I will boldly put on the internet so I can be wrong later, is that I think that she's going to go have her accepted test in the first episode, which is called The Taste of Solitude.
Oh.
And I think that they've cast her mother. That's the one thing that we know, like the one title we know for this season 2. And something that I want to point out is that on the panel, they kept saying a couple things over and over, which was that this season is all about them being lonely and loneliness. And also they kept talking about how when they asked like what their favorite thing was, like from season 1, they just kept saying all being together.
Yeah.
And so I strongly think that we're not going to see them all reunite in season 2. I don't think everybody's getting to Falme or Tyr. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. I think those 2 things are going to probably happen concurrently. Yeah. I think there's going to be a big climactic battle in Falme where most of the people are fighting, and Rand's going to stealth into the Stone of Tyr and change the world. But anyway, I went way off track with my loneliness thing. Taste of Solitude, I think that she's going to have to face the thing that made her a lonely person, which is losing her parents, because they have cast her mother.
Okay.
And so I think that's what we're going to see here. We're going to see her losing her mother.
I also just want to say she's got, I think, an apple?
She's holding something.
She's holding something.
It could be an apple. It could be a rock.
Yeah.
I thought rock, too. Like, it's not quite, her hand is not round. Her hand is something I'm going to throw.
Well, and depending, I mean, if we're assuming that she was a child in the general region of the 2 rivers, she probably would have been herding sheep as a child, right? So she could have a slingshot or something in the other hand for scaring off wolves or...
That is true. So I just wanted to see if
or
she
also
did
just
anything
because
with it
Nynaeve likes violence.
That could be. Oh!
Nynaeve has a sword.
Nynaeve has a sword.
The internet has some issues with this.
Yeah, I got like some comments. Some people are upset about this. I don't know enough to know what I think about it. It's cool. I like her with a sword. So what was the internet fighting about?
Well, I mean, the various things, like some people decided that this was a sign that the show was going to steal Matt's quarterstaff fight and give it to Nynaeve, which is
no.
a completely bananas thing for anybody to think. But sometimes
I think even Rafe has said they're building up to it.
Yeah, people are just bananas because they want to be mad. A lot of people
say she's a pacifist.
Yeah.
No.
I would like to read something to you guys.
Okay.
From The Great Hunt. I'd rather one of the warders taught me how to use a sword, Nynaeve growled. Mm-hmm. She swallowed convulsively and opened her eyes. There's someone I'd like to use it on. And Egwene thinks that's Lan.
Nynaeve has killed people. Like, she's full on killed people in The Great Hunt. She killed people at the end of The Great Hunt. She's not
in
a
The
pacifist.
Great Hunt, they try to kidnap Egwene, and she, like, steals all of their magic tricks and uses them against them and starts blowing them up immediately.
Yeah.
So, like, people are telling me Nynaeve would grab a sword and wallop the shit out of someone. It's like the most in-character thing that she could possibly do. Her soul has I'll cut you energy.
I personally would not think that Nynaeve would just, like, in anger or whatever, kill people for nothing. But in, like, she's a pragmatist. Like, in a situation of, well, it's me or them.
Then she's not going to become a contract killer. No, she's not opening up an assassin business.
But like,
that would be amazing, though.
I would. But if it's a choice between her or someone else, she's gonna pick someone else to die. Like, that's I mean, like, that. She's
but
not
even
an idiot.
more importantly,
she's not an idiot.
She's a protector.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And she wants to have a full array of skills with which to protect her ducklings.
Oh, yeah.
So I personally think this is in the pilot too. I think this might be the first thing we see of Nynaeve in season 2. I can see it.
Oh, okay. Because if, like, I would agree with you, Bree. What I was going to say is Nynaeve has a block, right? I'm assuming they're keeping the block, and they even referenced it a little bit at the end of the first season. She's in the White Tower to train to how to channel, but she can't channel. What is she doing with her time? This could be something she's doing with her time. Like,
yes.
Like, all these classes about channeling, I'm just sitting there. I'm going to go, and I'm going to do something that I can do. Because Nynaeve also is not a person who can just sit. Like, that's very much a Nynaeve. Like, I'm just going to sit here in class and have everybody channeling around me, and I can't do anything.
Yeah.
From a storytelling perspective, this is a great way. Like, I would use this scene to do my new book open up, because you get to have her fighting, and then you get to explain why she's doing it and have them, there's so many ways that you could drop the information to explain what happened between Faldara and how she got here, why she's so pissed off, had she made any progress, at all these different things. And, who knows, maybe they'll come get her from this to go take her objective test. Like,
I think totally they will. I think they will, because if you have the animated version of it, she doesn't have rainbows on her skirt.
Yeah, I looked. I took a couple different angles.
Yeah.
Now it could just be that she's borrowed something plain white to spar in, but no, that's not what's happening here. I think they're showing us that she is in this moment a novice.
So look at how her braid just flings about. I
love it.
I love it.
She's gonna take Maxim's eye out.
Yeah, she totally is. That's totally Ivan in the front too. So yeah. She's practicing with action.
Oh yeah.
And Lan's bros are like, they love this for him, so they're just gonna make her even more lethal.
Well, and we don't know yet. Did Moraine bother to come back? Did Lan come back, or did he stay with her? Like, she may think she lost Lan.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not back in Tar Valon. No, she's not.
Well, no, not in Tar Valon, but if she didn't come back to Birdfort.
Yeah, to Birdfort, yeah. Faldara.
Thank you.
Also, I'd like to say sexy Lan shirtless sword fighting, and then Nynaeve sword fighting is directly after it. They put them back to back.
I caught that too. I totally caught that. I was like, hey.
Malkir's favorite power couple.
See what you did there. That is awesome. Oh, okay.
Her baby.
Yeah, that this is not her as a Damani yet. She's wearing she's got the white, and
it's the same shoulder as what Nynaeve wears, and it's the same neckline. If you look at the sword and then you look at the shoulders again, it's the same little tuck and everything. So this is the uniform that we get to see on the novices. And actually, it's the same one that still of Elayne is. It's just that Elayne has a fancy cape over the top.
Elayne has a cape. Also, she's got an apron, so I think she's doing
Yes.
dishes or something. Like she's cleaning.
Yeah, scrubbing.
I think she's scrubbing the floor because in the last one we had one of her with a bucket.
With a bucket, yeah. And this apron, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's what this is. She is crying.
Yeah, she's not happy.
No. So something's going on.
She may think Rand's dead.
That's what I was thinking.
That's true.
That's what I was thinking because she started.
That's what Rand said to tell everybody.
Yeah, and in the books, at this point, she started to have dreams, right? So she doesn't quite understand. Like at this point, if I don't know what they're doing in the show, but she could be very confused. She might think Rand's dead. She might starting having dreams about a bunch of stuff will be going on and be messing with her head.
Oh, also, go back. This is a woman who just watched her baby duckling die.
Yeah.
She's not letting any more baby ducklings die.
I wear him on my head in his memory. Egwene's having a bad day.
Oh, my baby.
My theory about what this is, because in the panel they said there's a scene from the sizzle or whatever you want to call it that is an iconic moment from Egwene's storyline. Look at her dress; it's super dirty. I think this is when she's not allowed to bathe. That's my thought, and that even her hair looks kind of messy. Yeah, I mean, obviously she's being tortured and stuff, but I was assuming this was blood. It could also be like that when I feel like this is when she realizes she's done. The full implications of this. She can't channel. She can't fight. She's still beat up from when she was captured. It looks like. I was thinking it was the dirty dress. Made me think it was later because this is not. I don't think this is a novice dress. I think this is the slowdown dress. Gray. Yeah. So I felt like this. That's why I thought when I noticed how dirty it was. She might.
I'm not sure. Like it's something. Doesn't she try to think she's gonna hit?
That's but she would have been in novice white at that point, I think. Or would she?
It's possible.
I don't know. Yeah.
So I need to go reread this. I don't want to go reread this.
It's not the same shoulder. It's not the novice dress. That's a different shoulder. So I think this is the Domine dress. But what's interesting to me is she's not gagged.
Yeah.
This is, I think, when she realizes she can't speak for herself. And she's screaming because that's all she's got left.
This is legitimately horrifying. And I am so glad it's not sexy.
Yes.
Oh
my God.
Oh, prayer answered. This is the first hurdle you guys had with this storyline was to not make her look sexualized. And this is not. This is my heart is breaking.
This is I don't know how to. It's gonna be so brutal to watch. I've said this a million times. Whenever I do a reread, it shocks me how short it is in the books because it's such a massive part of her story in my head, and I feel like it spans several books. It should timeline wise because I think it's 2 months that she's
but she's we have a little flicker in the book.
Yeah, the flicker thing that covers most of it. So. Oh, it's
what I love and hate about the design of this collar is that it looks like a yoke.
Yeah.
It takes a person and dehumanizes them in a way that the horrifying sexy collar from the books never. I mean, it does dehumanize, but it's a completely different kind of dehumanizing and
well, look just visually, because of what we've made a collar in our culture, you couldn't use it without it becoming sexy. I don't know. I mean, whatever Robert Jordan was thinking. Yeah, sexualized.
We may not find it sexy, but it would
sexualized.
But putting the shoulder piece on it you're right. It makes it animalistic.
Yeah, it's a yoke.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It's so...
Also, think about having to sleep in that.
Ugh.
I don't even everything of it. Yeah, that would restrict even your movement because of how because it's not a collar. You can't put your neck all the way down.
It's going to be so powerful, and she's going to absolutely kill it, and I don't want to see it, and yet I want to get through it.
I want to see her triumph over it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I want to see. That's like, yeah. It's also, I mean, this is my one of my pet peeves. It's one of the few times in the books that the women save themselves. Like, yeah. So,
and I will say that seeing this, since we're full spoilers, makes me feel very different about, like, I was perfectly happy to see Leandrin and Elida meet their fates, and I'm not looking at this.
Yeah, I always thought
I'm
Elida,
still happy to see the end of them, but
yeah, Elida getting this always kind of upset me a bit. Like, I understand, but like, she's a bad person. But this idea that she's a bad person. She had good intentions, and she ends up like we should not ever be happy that somebody gets enslaved.
Let's enslave the bad ladies.
Like, yeah, my headcanon. I don't know what Robert Jordan's intent was, but with Elida getting captured, I always thought that she would be a part of his like post, like the books that he wanted to write.
Sure.
That I thought that Elida was going to be a part of that because she would be enslaved in the Shan-Chan Empire.
Yeah, Elida, Leandrin, and Megiddian, all these baddies, lurking in.
So I thought they would all be there, but
like, it's a fantastic costume, and it's also upsetting.
Yeah.
They did such a good job making it so upsetting.
They really did. And some of the imagery, like in the designs on the collar, just adds to it.
Yeah. And this is like Iron Cross kind of stuff. Yep.
Nope, don't like that.
Nope, really, really don't. I don't.
No. I mean, I do, but I don't.
I know.
Nope.
I like how much I don't like it.
Yes.
Yeah. That's exactly the way to put it.
And look how much prettier her things are. It's like she's a freaking princess.
Yeah, she has the same collar, but that little cape is definitely doing the business.
It's the cape that adds it. But yeah, you're right. It's the exact same color. So this is a novice dress. She's just dancing about it.
It makes me wonder if this isn't early Elayne, but rather I'd like to come with you through the gate, Elayne.
Ah, I can see that.
Because that looks like a dark fireplace behind her. So like, I'm already packed and ready to go, so you can't leave me behind. Me too.
Yes. Look, I've got my.
Well, I don't think they're in her. Those are not the novice quarters for sure. No. That is kitchen or something, or that's you're not going anywhere without me, Elayne. Yeah.
I'm really curious to see more of her because the descriptions on the panel made me hopeful that some of Book Elayne's aspects might be what they were hoped to be and not what they were written as.
Realize the potential of the character.
Yes.
The coyness, like the way
let me author that for you.
Thank you.
Pregnant pause. I like Elayne more. I kind of forget about her sometimes, but I like Elayne when I think about her just because I think she's somebody who tried really hard to break from her privilege. Like, she, has such privilege, but she tries hard to see people who, like, literally we live in a world with, like, this Wheel of Time world with very striated, like, you are a princess, you are, like, whatever, but she tries very hard to not be that, and I appreciate that about her a lot.
I just don't want to see a season of her with goat's milk.
Yeah.
She takes her power very seriously, and she believes in the responsibility of her position, and I like that because especially since, like, the boys are just having power flung at them and they're like, get it away, ew, don't make me help you, don't make me tell you what to do. And Elayne, like, she's ambitious, but she takes very seriously the responsibility she has to everybody that she is going to lead someday or is ever in power over.
Yeah.
She's going to be a much better Hawkwing.
Oh, yeah, she is going to be a Hawkwing, but she's going to be a better
Have
Hawkwing.
me back someday for my post-series canon on how Elayne is the next Arthur Hawkwing.
Ooh, idea.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. I'm not a huge Elayne stan. I made a video about her because somebody was like, everybody hates Elayne. Can you make a video about it? And I was like, people have strong feelings about Elayne? Because I don't. I have, like,
I mean,
She's
honestly,
there.
most of my strong feelings for that family were occupied by a certain brother.
Oh yeah. I do not. I have strong feelings
Anywho.
about him. Yeah. Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on. Yeah, moving on. So, in the next video, we're going to be looking at the costumes worn by Moraine, Swan, and Lan. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on these costumes. What are your theories about Nynaeve with a sword or Nynaeve in that outfit? Do you think that's her accepted test? Do you think that's Elayne trying to join Nynaeve and Egwene as they go off? And oh god, exactly how heartbroken are you by Egwene? Sorry, just even thinking about it, that is going to break me. Like, oh, it's so hard. That whole storyline is going to be brutal. But yeah. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like my content and you want to support me, I do have a Patreon. It is linked in the description below. Thank you, as always, to my patrons. I am beyond grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And with that, I'm gonna end this here. So please like, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.
During
on
the
front.
parade of what's his name? Bad News
Logain.
Bear. Logain. Thank
Okay.
you.
Bad News Bear?
Yes.